In the cheerful little town of Gigglesworth, there lived a bright, curious boy named Paul Preston. Paul had the biggest imagination in the whole town. With his toy cars, he raced around the living room like a race car champion. With his blocks, he built towers taller than himself, until they wobbled and tumbled to the floor. And when he tied a blanket around his shoulders, he became Super Paul, the bravest superhero of all. But there was one adventure Paul hadn't quite mastered yet, the potty. Paul had a shiny new potty seat. It was bright blue with sparkling stars on the side. Sometimes, when Paul looked at it, it almost seemed to wink at him as if to say, "Come on, Paul, I'm ready when you are." But Paul wasn't so sure. He thought to himself, maybe later. Diapers are easier, and faster, and comfier too. One sunny Saturday morning, Paul's mom said with a big smile, "Paul, today is a special day. Today, you and your potty go on your very first adventure together." Paul's eyes grew wide. An adventure with my potty? "Yes," his mom said, nodding. "Every explorer, every superhero, every big kid learns how to use the potty, and I think you're ready." Paul's heart thumped with excitement and nervousness. Could this be true? Could the potty really take him on an adventure? Paul marched into the bathroom like a brave knight entering a castle. He sat down on the potty and waited. And waited, and waited, nothing. He swung his little legs. He hummed a silly tune. He made funny faces in the mirror. Still nothing. Maybe my potty needs a little magic, Paul decided. He ran to his room, grabbed his superhero cape, tied it around his shoulders, and pointed a finger to the sky. "Potty power, activate!" But the potty just sat there, quietly. That afternoon, Paul played with his favorite teddy bear, Teddy. Paul leaned in and whispered, "Teddy, I have a secret. I'm trying to learn the potty, but it's hard." In Paul's imagination, Teddy's button eyes twinkled, and his soft voice said, "Paul, you can do this. Even superheroes and explorers need to use the potty. Want me to show you how?" Paul giggled. "Teddy, you don't even have a potty." Teddy shrugged in Paul's imagination. "That's true, but I believe in you." And with that encouragement, Paul tried again. He sat on the potty, he breathed deeply, he waited, and then, plop, something happened. Paul's eyes went wide. "I did it, I really did it," he shouted. The moment Paul used the potty, something incredible happened. His imagination exploded with color. Suddenly, the bathroom transformed into a magical parade. Confetti filled the air. Bright balloons floated all around. Marching bands played trumpets and drums. And waddling in line came a row of ducks wearing top hats. "Quack, quack, hooray for Paul," they cheered. A line of dancing bunnies bounced by, twirling ribbons. "Hip, hip, hooray, you're a big kid today." Even his potty joined in, shining brighter than ever, with a big, proud smile. Paul laughed so hard he almost fell off his seat. He clapped and shouted, "Hooray for me! Hooray for my potty!" That night, when Paul was tucked into bed, something magical happened again. The potty by his bathroom door gave the tiniest wink. And in Paul's dreams, he went on a nighttime potty adventure. He soared through the stars with Teddy by his side. They zoomed past the moon, waved to friendly aliens, and stopped at the Galaxy Potty Station, where even astronauts lined up for their turn. One astronaut winked and said, "Good job, kiddo. Even in space, we need potty time." Paul giggled in his sleep. The next morning, Paul's mom kissed his forehead and said softly, "You see, Paul, potty time isn't scary at all. It's just another adventure, and every time you try, you grow braver and stronger. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye."